Good morning, everyone. This is Priyanka, and I'm talking about ASAP methodology and Activate methodology. Um, so, this is one of the important topic in the SAP, where we should know how it is going to work out when a company would like to implement the SAP in their organization. Basically, in SAP ASAP methodology, which is used for ECC version, and here we have five stages. The first stage is the initial initial preparation stage, or you can also call it as project preparation stage. This stage is basically have a major role for the production manager or the project manager, where he plays a very dominant role in gathering the general overview of the business on the client, like understanding the code of conduct and planning regarding the project structure, how many employees are going to be there in the team, and how much how they are going to carry out the project in how much time duration. Everything will be decided by the project manager at this stage. There is no much activity for the end users or the consultant at this point of time. So basically it is the general overview of what the client business is all about, what they do, how they do, general gathering information will be done at this project preparation stage. Then moving on to the business blueprint stage. This is a very, very important stage at this point of ASAP methodology, because here the actual work will start where the consultants will go to the client locations and gather the information, sit with the respective, you know, sit with the respective uh, functional parties. Like if you would like to gather the information on the accounting, FI information, then we'll go and meet the accountant in that client business area. If we want any marketing related information, we go and sit with the marketing department and gather the information uh, from the client business. So overall, here we also follow few steps in gathering the information at the blueprint stage. Like for example, the first one would be the scope analysis, the scope document. It is nothing but a predefined table. They would follow some predefined tables or questionnaire, like taking interviews with the taking interviews with this functional people at the business level, the client level. And they would also conduct some few workshops, and they do also observe how exactly the things are going on the client business. So that is a scope document where they usually follow the predefined tables and questionnaire and conduct interviews. That is the scope document. Then the next one is the ASIS, that is nothing but as it is information. As it is information is like whatever information is being provided by the client business, that exactly will be copied, exactly will be taken care at this stage. Whatever how they are following, what are the code of conduct, and how what are the procedures they are following, how they carry out the business, everything will be gathered. The actual way of doing their business will be gathered at this ASIS information stage. Okay. And to be information is the third one, where it is a stage where the business client would like to be implement those configurations, or they would like to see their SAP at that point of, at that level, what all they require in the SAP in their system for their business is been mentioned in the to be information. Like SAP software, in the SAP software, I would like to see this all things in my business. So that all will be the to be information. This is nothing but a preparing for the future. It's like a what we say it as a future document or expected document, what the client is actually expecting from the SAP software is nothing but a to be information. Like what they actually needed is been specified in the business in to be information. As is nothing but what they actually doing, the present scenario, the present situation is the as is information. To be information, like what they actually needed, what they are looking for in SAP software is the be information. Then moving on to the gap analysis and documents, it is nothing but the difference between what the client is expecting from SAP software and what we can provide them from our end. So that gap analysis, the difference analysis, we try to figure out. If we could able to do customized configurations at our end, we will do, or else we'll take the technical technical consultants. Like we have many technical consultants, maybe Oracle or maybe some other technical analysis which will help us to um, fill those gaps between what client is requiring and what we can provide. So once this is been done, then we will have a sign off. Sign off means nothing but everything is fine, like both the the client and we are on the same line, what they needed and what we can provide, then both the parties will sign a document. That is the blueprint signature, that okay fine, you are wanting this and we are providing this, let's agree, let's shake hand. It's nothing but a sign off, right? This is the part, this is the stages in the blueprint. Then moving on, we have then the next stage is the realization stage. Yeah, here. Yeah, realization stage. This realization stage is what actually means is whatever we have taken on paper at the blueprint stage is being put into practice at this realization stage. Till blueprint, everything is on the paper, and now at realization, we'll try to implement all those blueprint, all those requirements, all those configurations on the realization stage. And at this stage, uh, based on the blueprint, SAP consultants start configuration. And here the functional consultant will activate the standard procedures, what all we have, the basic configurations, what we can do for the client will be activated. They will try to work on those standard process or standard configurations. At the same time, the technical consultant will also try to customize what the business requirement, the business configurations, the final configurations, what the business want, it will be triggered by this technical consultant. And here, the functional consultant will get gather all the information on their own, but the technical consultant, whatever information is required, will be provided by the functional consultants only. The technical consultant will not go and approach the business, client business. So whatever information is needed, the functional consultant will provide to them. And at this stage also, one of the important thing what happens is the unit testing. Testing will be done at the realization stage. So this unit testing is nothing but just trying trial and error type, how the invoice is being posted, what are the errors are coming up, and and this testing will be done in a sandbox server, not the original one. It's like a trial and error type of things are going on. It's like a unit testing, and it is done in the sandbox. And moving on to the fourth one, that is realization, where basic configuration and the final configuration. Basic configuration is been done by us, the basic configuration by us, like a FI consultant, MM consultant, SD consultant, or those consultant will trigger the standard configurations, and the final configuration will be done by the technical consultant. Done. Moving on to the final preparation stage. Here also, this is also very important stage in the ASAP methodology, because here we carry out various tests using testing scripts. Here we use the testing scripts, and automatic testing tools are used for the testing. We will carry out various testing at this point because it is a final preparation stage and we should not go wrong anywhere. So whatever realization stage is configured, we will try to put them in pure practicality and test what is happening. So to do that, what we do is we use various scripts, like testing scripts, automatic testing tools are been used to do some security testing, integration testing. All those testing tools will be used. And the basic and very important thing what we do in the final preparation is the business user will be allowed to do user acceptance test. User acceptance test is very, very crucial at this point of time. It is been carried out by the business client. And at this final preparation stage also, we will try to do some activity on the go live project also. Few things will be started at this point. Like if we talk about this SAP, we will use LSMW we will use. So some data transmission activity will be started at this point. So one thing we have to remember at this final preparation stage is, until and unless this user acceptance test, UAT test, is being done properly, and and the business says go or a green button, then only we will say that the final preparation stage is done and we can go live in the next stage. So go live is nothing but where the end user starts entering the business day-to-day business transactions in the SAP system. And supporting is nothing but both the functional as well as this technical consultant will give their support in carrying out the day-to-day transactions and error resolutions. These are the stages, 5 important stages of ASAP methodology. And ASAP uses the advanced business application program, that is nothing but ABAP, and it is being used in ECC and ERP. Moving on to the data transmission process, that is in ASAP, we use LSMW, that is Legacy System Migration Workbench, and it is been used in the softwares like PeopleSoft. Like we have few more softwares where we can use LSMW. LSMW is being used by the companies which have no knowledge about the SAP in their organization. They are using for SAP for the first time in their organization. Such a thing is called as greenfield migration, I suppose. Greenfield means like they have no exposure to the SAP so far. That is the greenfield. And moving from the companies which already have SAP and they're moving to the S4HANA, the Activate model, then it is called as brownfield. Greenfield, completely new. Brownfield, where they have already experience about the what SAP actually looks like and how we carry out the configurations. Well, this is about the SAP methodology. And talking about the meetings where we can be part of is like we have few meetings like kickoff meeting, which is done at the initial stages, where you know uh, even the consultant will be provided the information what we are working on, to whom we are working, and how we are going to carry out the project. Everything will be discussed at the kickoff meeting. And MOM is another meeting where consultant also have a role to play. That is minutes of meeting, where the small updates and all those things will be shared by the project manager with the consultants. For overall, all these meetings, the project manager is held responsible for from the beginning of the project till the end. Even after the finishing of the project manager is held responsible for everything happening in the business client SAP. And is it okay if I carry on with the S4 HANA as well?
Okay, madam, you can continue. Wow, excellent.
It's okay.
Continue, you can continue.
Yeah, thank you. And talking about the hard disk, in the ECC we use this hard disk based storage, SAP FICO, where all the information is being stored on the hard disk, which takes a lot of cost as well and space. Everything will be more. So why we are moving to, okay, let me talk about the benefits as well here. So SAP methodology gives us some benefit definitely, because it is being used for 20 years down the line. It is not just because SAP is not good, we are moving to the S4 HANA. Nothing like that. ASAP methodology is also very very good process of implementing, where it gives us more advantages, just like finishing the project on time, and we can use the project resources most effective manner, either it may be money, manpower, or any other resources. Using it efficiently is a key point for any project to be more profitable. So this implementation also helps the resources to be um, used effectively and efficiently. Project resources, like it could be time, it could be money, it could be machine, manpower, or plant material. So basically, any software, why do we use, is to reduce the time, to reduce the cost, and to give more profitability. So when we control both these two, money and time, it ultimately results in the profitability. So even this SAP provides us the same. So even though this ASAP methodology is playing a key role for so many years, still anything need to be updated. So they came up with the new technology or new implementation guide, that is S4 HANA. S4 HANA is nothing but high performance analytical appliances. It is a multi-model database that stores data in its memory instead of keeping it on a disk. So like if you talk, unlike this ECC, all the data is been stored on a hard disk, whereas in S4 HANA it is stored on a memory base, model database that is stored in its memory. And because this S4 HANA is mostly a cloud-based storage device, where we don't usually have it on the server. So what happens is it will result in data processing much faster, and much accurately can be done. So that is like to S4 HANA is nothing but high performance, where you can access everything very faster and very quickly, you can say at low cost and compared to the implementation. And yes, here is the activate methodology roadmap, which is being used in SAP FICO S4 HANA. Like just similar to the implementation, here is also stages for the activate methodology implementation. Discover stage or project preparation stage is just similar to the implementation in ASAP, where the project manager also plays a very important role over here. And it is there's no much activity, I would say, here in the discover stage, because uh, they like they only the project manager will be taking the overline, and you will also try to do experiments how this configuration is working, and all those at his level, the project manager level. This discover stage, trying to discover few new things or few new configurations at his end. And like as I said, here also the project manager, just like similar to the ASAP, he will have the overview what exactly the client business is all about. Then moving on to the second stage, that is explore stage. At this stage, consultants will gather the business requirements similar to the blueprint. But the basic difference here is there is no blueprint, business blueprint concept at this activate methodology. So at this stage, what happens is the standard SAP business process is started, where the SAP consultants show how exactly the SAP screen looks like and give the feedback immediately. I will explain you this. At this explore stage, what happens is user is nothing but the business. Uh, uh, you know, we will give them virtual we will give them virtual experience how their SAP gonna work. We will show them the standard, like whenever we go to any shop they will show some samples, right? In the similar way they will show us the sample, or you can say it as a standard SAP business processes, how practically it looks like. If you implement this type of configurations, if you take this type of things, this is how it's going to be look like. We will show them practically. The basic difference in the implementation ASAP and the activate is, here the business client is involved at this early stage itself, where we will be giving them practical experience about how SAP screen look likes. And one more important thing is, here also there's a scope for taking the feedbacks immediately from the business client. Okay, this is what we are using, this is how it looks like, would you like to go for it, or you want some more changes? All things will start at the explore. So they try to explore what suits their business, what how it going to look like, what output it is going to give us, so that all things will be practically shown for a sample documents and sample like how samples will be provided to the user. So here we usually give them the standard SAP best base practice system will be there. Standard base practice system will be there, will be shown to the user at this explore stage. And because of this, what happens is it gives more confidence to the business user, because they know what they're looking, they can see it actually. It is not just on a paper could say anything. Paper, something will be there on paper, and at the end something will come up, there's a possibility. But because of this activate roadmap, what happens is, here it will build the confidence to the business user, because they are the part of the uh, process of developing the configurations. And uh, in activate we are not going to create a blueprint, rather we demonstrate system to the user using the SAP best practices. SAP has documents on that and use it and capture the feedback at this explorer stage. Then moving on to the realize stage. So here in realize stage, I believe we follow Scrum Master or Agile are the new technologies in the software market. So these would be regularly, there would be regular stand-up meetings with the business users. If there are any deviations, they can comment here and they can save a lot of time for both of us. So in the realize stage, we use Scrum Master or the Agile technology software and matter. And here at this stage, we regularly conduct the meetings with the business clients and follow up, like what is happening, what is not happening. Uh, they can also question the business, the client business can also question us, because they are part of this developing the configuration, or you can say developing the activate methodology for their business. So here we have a new concept called as Scrum Master. Scrum Master is nothing but a person who is responsible for making all these meetings happen properly and making seeing to it that 100% participation from the consultants, project manager, and the business user, and finding out why there is a deviation, why there is a lag, why people are not attending. So it is a headache of the Scrum Master. Scrum Master is responsible to conduct all these meetings. So at this realization stage, we stress more on the conducting meetings with the business users and taking the feedbacks time to time. And all this will be done under the Scrum Master. Scrum Master could be anyone. Like he can be a SAP guy, or he cannot be a SAP guy. But mostly the project manager, the project manager bunch or project manager group will act. One of them will act as a Scrum Master, and technical and functional consultants does the same job as they do in the implementation, where they will trigger the uh, customized configurations, and technical will trigger the standard will be done by the functional, and the customized will be done by the technical consultant. So same role will be played. Extra is nothing but the Scrum Master at this stage, where he will see that regular stand-up meetings are going on, and if there are any deviations from the SAP consultants, or any deviations from the business client, we will work on that at this stage. Then the next one is the deploy stage. Here, deploy stage, functional consultants provide training to the users using the predefined software. Predefined documents will be there in SAP in order to do the unit testing. Here we will provide the training to the end users. How do we provide? With the pre-delivered, or there are some training material will be there with them. We will provide them, and we will ask them to do the testing at their end. uh, like we will be there with the client at each and every stage in activate method. We will help them to implement all those testings in collaboration with us. That is a deploy is nothing but where we will conduct the unit testing by providing them predefined or standard material or training things, documents, which SAP has. And we will try to deploy means implementing those configurations and seeing how it is working. And the final one is the run stage is nothing but a go live stage. And it's just same like continuous support by the where in the run stage, the business user will enter the day-to-day transactions, and they if there are any errors, this technical as well as these functional consultants will extend their support for a quite long period of time. It could be 10 years or 15 years depending upon their agreement. So basically, S4HANA is much advanced compared to the ASAP methodology. It could be in terms of saving, buying the cost wise, where we can save about 30% on the software, and hardware 15%, and the manpower can also be reduced, because all those unnecessary things which are present in the um, ASAP or ECC version, those all can be are being eliminated in this S4 HANA, and made it as very simple software, so that no much confusion or no unnecessary line items or all those things are being removed. Other than that, everything is similar when compared to ECC and the S4 HANA. So the basic difference is where instead of the theoretical business blueprint, here in S4HANA we stress more on discussions with the end user, the business client, and gather more and more information with their participation, and stressing more on the feedbacks and making them more confident that okay, chalo, this is what we are saying and this is what they are doing. There's an immediate transmission of what we are seeing and what we can see. Rather, if we see in ECC and in SAP, it will take months together to see what exactly is happening on the configuration side, because this every stage will take 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, and the whole project takes about 12 to could be 18 months. Until and unless they come to the realization stage, the business user has no idea what exactly is happening in the software, what configurations, how it is going to look up. But that thing is been eliminated in the S4 HANA, where by involving the business client right from the explore stage, by showing them the what you want, the standard templates will be there, so showing them this is what how it looks like, the screen of the SAP looks like this is how the configuration works out, this is what you will get at the end. In that way, we will involve the client at this stage, which will give more confidence to the business user that okay, fine, whatever we are investing is worthful. If not, we will make corrections at this point itself, rather than going till the run and testing all those time waste and cost waste. We can correct at the time of explore stage itself, because the client is also involved at that point. And because of the another advantage over this ECC is we will have more stand-up meetings. Regular stand-up meetings will be conducted by the scrum master, and we'll take the feedback. It could be weekly or it could be fortnight, that those things are there. And the third one is the we have pre-delivered end user training material that can be used by the end user in order to uh, in order to what we say in order to carry out the configurations, in order to carry out the transactions. We will provide them the pre-delivered end user training material. Well, overall, and the software what we use to migrate the data from SAP, what we say, uh, from the migration, what we use is LTMC, that is Legacy Transfer Migration Cockpit. It is called as brownfield implementation methodology, because already someone is already in use of SAP software, and now they would like to enhance themselves from the old version to the new version, that is ECC to S4 HANA. Then we call it as a brownfield implementation, and it is called as Legacy Transfer Migration Cockpit. Well, that's all from my end on SAP and S4 HANA. Thank you.
అయిపోయిందా? అమ్మ నడి మమ్మీ